Hello and welcome to the mid-year freakout tag. So this is one of the only tags that I do every single year. I think since I've had this channel I've done it every single year. It is one of the staple booktube tags, I think, so I will continue doing this always. And here we are again. The original tag will be in the description as per usual. It has 13 questions. I will add some other things at the end as well that are more personal stuff, like goals and stuff of the year and how they're going for me. But let's get into it. The first question is the best book you've read so far this year. Unfortunately, I have not read a lot of 5 stars this year. So going by logic, this is the only 5 stars so far, and it is Mysteries of Thorn Manor, which is a companion slash sequel to the Sorcery of Thorns book by Margaret Rogerson. This is the only book I've given 5 stars so far. Tell me that's not sad. Send help. But I really loved this. The first book is one of my favorite books of all time, so I was really happy to get back into the world. I reread Sorcery of Thorns, but I'm gonna count this as the best book so far because I've already read that. This was so fun. I love Elizabeth and Nathaniel. I love Silas the most though. I love all of them. I love this world. I will never not love them. So obviously I love this, and obviously this is gonna be the best one so far, especially because it's the only 5 star. I'm having a miserable time. The next question is the best sequel you've read so far, which I could have used that for that question, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna go with In the Shadow of a Dream by Macy Aurora. I love this series. I'm currently reading the companion that is after this, so 3.5 I think. If you've never heard of this, this follows a bunch of siblings. We follow 4 sisters and a brother. Each book follows a different sister. The first one, they're all above here if you can see them, I don't know. The first one follows Ori, and she is one of the middle sisters, and she gets locked into this world, I guess, where she has to make 3 wishes and suffer consequences depending on the wish, and she ends up falling in love with the guy who's also there, who is a god called Nyx. In the second book we follow Tarly, and she is in the woods one day when she encounters a man dying, and she saves him, and he's actually a prince from a neighboring country, and they end up falling in love. And this third one follows Brenna, which is the youngest sister, and she falls in love with Nyx's brother, Luke, and they share dreams, which is why it's called Dream. This one was probably my least favorite of all of the books, but I still loved it. Still a 4. I'm really loving this series, so I'm gonna go with this book as my answer. The next question is a new release that you still haven't read but really want to. I'm gonna go with a book that I own, which is Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I am so excited for this. This is about a werewolf and a vampire in a marriage of convenience, and that just sounds great. A great time, a lovely moment, so I'm very excited to read this. Still haven't, because I procrastinate everything in life. But yeah, that's my answer. The next question is your most anticipated release for the second half of the year. And for that, I'm gonna go with the sequel to The House in the Cerulean Sea, which is called Somewhere Beyond the Sea. And I really loved reading House in the Cerulean Sea. I read it at the beginning of the year, and I really enjoyed it, even though I thought I wasn't going to. So I'm very excited to continue with the series, but I'm gonna give you another answer, which is the sequel to The Shadows Between Us by Trisha Levenseller, because I really loved that book too, and I'm very excited to continue with it. It is called The Darkness Within Us. I'm so excited. I am so ready. Give me the book now, please. Thank you. Yeah, so those are the 2 sequels I'm very excited about, mostly because they're sequels to 2 books that I really loved. So those are my most anticipated releases. Question number 5 is my biggest disappointment. For that, I'm gonna go with the worst book I've read so far this year, which is The Death of Mrs. Westaway by Ruth Ware. This is my biggest disappointment because I have liked another book by Ruth Ware, which is The Woman in Cabin 10. A lot of people that I've seen on the internet have really loved this book, and it sounded like something I would like, but here we are, 1.5 stars. That was wrong. I just had the expectation that I was gonna like this, and I didn't, and I was very disappointed. I was going to DNF this, but this is the book that I had with me on holidays, so I kept reading, which was a choice.
That was a choice.
But whatever. This follows a main character called Harriet. Hated her. She has a nickname, How, and she gets a letter in the mail that she has a relative that died, her grandma, and she is leaving something to her in the will. So she needs to go to the will reading or whatever it is, except that she knows that is not her grandma. She goes anyways because she needs money because of, I think it's loan sharks, the name of it. Like sketchy people that lend you money and then interest is really high. Those people. So she goes anyways, and this family is very weird, full of secrets, whatever. I hated the plot twist. I knew it was coming. I predicted it page 70. It was very obvious, but whatever. I'm a genius. I don't know. Harriet was annoying, or Hal. No sense of survival at all. I don't know. It was just not for me. Disappointment is an understatement, but yeah. The next question is your biggest surprise. I already kind of talked about this, but House in the Cerulean Sea. When I started reading this, for the first maybe 100 pages, I was not having a good time at all. Not enjoying it. Very confused why everyone was liking this, why it has so much praise. But then I continued and I loved it. I give it a 4.5. So yeah, sometimes you need to give it more than 100 pages. I don't do that sometimes, which whatever. I'm glad that I continue reading this because I was surprised by the end that I loved it. Yeah, this was great. This follows a guy who has to see if an orphanage should stay open or not, and the orphanage has a bunch of magical children on an island. And it's so cute, so fun, so great. Love it. I recommend it. I'm ready for book 2, as I said. The next question is favorite new author. For this, I'm gonna go with Shipped by Meredith Tate. I am very interested in looking into more books by this author because I really love this. It was super fun, super cute, very similar to Geekerella with its own story, obviously. It wasn't copy-paste. It was the same vibe, I guess, where these two people are obsessed with a fandom that's kind of Star Wars, Star Trek vibes, and they hate each other in real life, but online are besties, slightly, kind of. And this was great. Loved it. It's, as I said, if you like Geekerella, this is it. I'm gonna look into more books by this author, so yay. New favorite author. New favorite new author. The next question is new fictional crush, and I don't think I have one. You know what? I'm gonna go with Yamada-kun from My Love Story with Yamada-kun at level 999 or 999. He's my new favorite crush. There we go. I usually don't have one unless it's like a new favorite series. Cause like Luke, not my favorite. Nyx, hell yeah, but I didn't read that. Next is your newest favorite character. I actually don't think I have one. If anything, I will say Lucy or Lucifer from House in the Cerulean Sea. But also, I don't know. I don't think I have a new favorite character, so I can't answer that. Next is a book that made you cry. I don't think I've cried with a book this year. Have I? I don't think I've cried. I'm like 90% sure that I haven't cried with a book yet. So I don't think I can answer this again. Next is a book that made you happy. This could be a lot of them. It could be Shipped. It could be this one. It could be any of the manga that I've read. Let's just go with this one to put on my bookshelf. But there's a lot. A lot of the books made me happy. All of the romance and manga usually make me happy. So we'll go with that. The next question is the most beautiful book you've bought or received this year. I have a tie, as per usual. It is between The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi by Shannon Chakraborty. Wow. She is beauty, she is grace, she is stunning. I don't even actually know what the inside looks like. The end pages. Libby! Sorry, Hopper, you're gonna have to move. And the other one is The Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Sulin Tan. This is also beautiful, gorgeous, stunning. Love the flowers. And this is the nude version. And the last question of the tag is, what books do you still need to read this year? I have so many. I have all the books from my video from the beginning of the year that are the 10 books that I need to read this year. There's still like all of them. I really need to read the sequel to Children of Blood and Bone, and I need to read Akatar by the end of the year because I've had those for forever and I need to get to them. I think that's it. There might be more, but off the top of my head, that's it. And now for the little separate part that is about me only, which is my reading goals and my reading challenges for the year, if they're going well or if not. The 2 reading challenges that I'm doing are Buzzword and the Eldia adventure thing from Magical Readathon. They're going well so far. I think I've done every single month of both. It's going pretty well so far. Let's not jinx it. Hopefully I actually finished both of them this year, which I did not do last year. But these are all the books that I've read so far for each of the months. And then for my goals, which were to lower my physical TBR, that is not going well. I currently have around 180 physical books that I haven't read. That's not going well. Moral of the story. And my other goal is to read mostly physical, which I think I've been doing pretty well, except for this last month, where I read around 18 books that were not physical, but other than that I think I've been doing pretty decently with my physical books, just not reading a lot, but that's okay. And the last goal that I have, which is to read 100 books every year. I'm currently at 40 books, around 40 books. I'll put the exact, unless I read a shit ton since filming, this is the exact number. It's around 40. I might read some, that's why I'm saying around. Yeah, I'm not halfway through, which is miserable, but that crispy S. I think I can reach 100 at the end of the year, I think, hopefully, I don't know. If I don't, it's okay. But that is everything for today, and I'll see you in my next word video.